could just...
I could.
Okay.
There's a lot of things I could have done.
Paper.
Mm-hmm.
Paper.
Look, you made your choices, I make mine.
Okay. Yep.
This won't even be in the thing.
Okay. Cool.
Whether you like it or not.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Hey.
Hello. We're back in the studio.
Yeah. Yeah, we are. Yep. Back.
And we have some pre-show announcements.
We do?
Yeah, we're co-headlining at Mad Swede on December 12th.
Mm-hmm.
Probably gonna be at a time of the evening.
7, probably.
7, maybe 8.
Maybe 8.
8 might be not. 8 gives people time to get off work. Drop a comment if you think it should be 7 or 8. Because it'll already be out by the time you comment.
It's gonna be a 7.
It's gonna be a 7.
It's gonna be a 7.
Yeah, it'll be a 7.
Maybe like 7:15.
It'll be at 7. We'll probably start at 7:15, to be honest. But you should get there at 6:30.
Yeah. Get there when the door's open.
Mm-hmm. Make a line outside the building, even though it's open.
Yeah, get hammered. It's it's the last few months of Mad Swede. Give it a Viking send off.
Pre-game it, and the next two off the cuffs.
Arson.
The next two off the cuffs. There's an off the cuff on November 15th, and there's an off the cuff on December 19th.
Audible gulp.
Mm-hmm.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Those are. That has been your pretty good pre-show.
Pretty good
announcements.
Pretty good yeah.
Totally.
Mm-hmm. Max.
Yeah.
Last week we talked about Jameson, I think.
We drank about Jameson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this week I wanted to talk about something that I'm as passionate about as you are about John Jameson.
Like mildly?
Yeah.
Like just kind of mildly
just
amused
find it
by.
Somewhat interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So I decided to do my first installment of a long-running series because of how informative this shit is.
Wow.
Greek mythology.
Okay.
I, as a child, loved Greek mythology. I read all the Percy Jackson books as they came out. I always found like Greek, Egyptian, like those type of mythologies very interesting. I think it's more fun to have a lot of gods than it is to just have like one god. You know, I think it's way more fun. And I think it's more fun when those gods also like show up on the earth as like bulls and just like bang chicks, you know, like that's pretty cool to me. And Zeus does that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about kind of the overall ancient Greek like mythology, and then I'll dive into like specifically Zeus and his story, and then I'll talk about different ones each time basically. But okay, essentially ancient Greece is like pretty sick. It's been around. The ancient Greece culture is said to have started like right around the end of the Mycenaean period, which is around 1000 BCE, which I think is before I don't know what the E is, to be honest. Everclear?
Probably.
Okay. So, and then it went up until the death of Alexander the Great in like 236 BC. E. Okay, so like 700 to 800 years of like sick-ass gods, cool culture, lots of fun plays. Probably the most influential historic like ancient culture to today. Like they had indoor plumbing and stuff. And,
yeah.
You know, they're like from like creating some of the most amazing statues with the most realistic penile proportions to defining the framework for a successful story with Homer's original hero's journey in the Odyssey. The ancient Greeks have basically been the goats of making art that still hits.
Is that what most of the time up there was spent thinking?
Yes.
That was a good sentence.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Took a lot of edits.
Yeah.
All right. So the Greek like mythology starts with the Mother Earth basically, and her name is Gaia, Gaea, and it's just like she's like the personification of Earth and kind of like just the mother of all. And so she starts popping kids out, right? Like she pops out this, and the kid that we're really gonna worry about right now is her son Uranus. Spelled like the planet. Uranus is essentially the heavens. Like he is the personification of like the heavens and like space and just, you know, fucking like the like that, all that shit. So basically she births him and she's like, you're my favorite, you're gonna be my husband now. And they start fucking. So we start off with incest immediately, and I think this is where like the Oedipus stuff like comes from in Greek culture, because it's like their whole thing is based off of like a son banging their mom, so like of course he's thinking about that all the time, you know. But anyway, so they start fucking, and they have a bunch of kids called the Titans. And they also have some kids called the Giants, but the Giants are kind of dumb and they like just kind of fuck off. And the Titans are like more like they're the ones like running shit, you know? And so the Titans are like running stuff, but they're kind of cruel. And the main Titan, Kronos, which he's like time, he's like Father Time, you know? You can Kronos, time, you know? He's like, he is time. He and his sister, Rhea, and Rhea is like, she's flow, like she's like the flow of like just everything, like that's what she represents, which is confusing to me.
Like the Force,
kind of like the Force. I would like associate her more with like just physics, honestly, like in like today's mindset, like they called it flow, but I'm thinking of it more like that she's like gravity and she's like physics and she's, you know, that type of thing. But like also like her and Kronos are like siblings, and they start fucking and get married, and they start having kids, and Kronos hears somewhere along the grapevine that his kids are going to try to overthrow him, so his eat them is when they're babies, I'm going to eat them. But this idiot doesn't chew, so he just eats these babies whole and alive. And then his final baby, Rhea's like, God damn it, he keeps eating my fucking babies. Like I want one of them to grow up. So when she has her youngest baby, so the first they had three daughters, right? They had Demeter, Hera, and Hestia, and he eats all of them. He just gobbles them up. And then they have Hades and Poseidon. He eats both of them. And then she has Zeus, and she's like, fuck, I can't let this guy eat my kids again. Like, so she like swaddles up a pile of rocks. Kronos is dumb. Like I said, he didn't chew it, the babies. And so, you know, Rhea's like, oh, he's so dumb. I'll just give him this pile of rocks and a blanket and he'll think it's Zeus and he'll eat that. And he does.
Okay.
And she sends Zeus away to be raised in this like other mountain cave by like a bunch of nymphs, which might have to do with like why he's so fucking like horny all the time.
Sure.
And he meets his first wife there after being raised there, and her name is Metis. And she is literally like, Metis just means wisdom. So she's just wisdom. Like, and she like basically like is hanging out with Zeus, and they're chilling, you know, and they're married, and she's like, you know, Zeus is like, man, I really wish like I could fucking overthrow my dad. He's such a dick, you know, and get my siblings back and stuff. And Metis is like, oh, you should just like pretend to be like a cup bearer, which is just like a guy that, you know, holds cups, and exactly, and give your dad this poisoned wine and make him puke, you know, and so he does that, and it works because, like we've established, Kronos is an idiot, and so he drinks this poisoned wine. He just starts vomiting, and he vomits up all of Zeus's siblings, and they're all full grown and fully clothed, and doesn't make any sense. And they know what's going on.
He probably
you know,
ate some clothes.
Yeah.
He was that he ate rocks. So
and so then the six of them like fucking fight. You know, they also Zeus got like the Cyclops to help, because the Cyclops are like his dumb cousins or whatever, and they like have been banished, and they're like, well, we'll help you with this. So they help him, and they overthrow the Titans, and then Gam Gaea gets really mad. And she's like, why'd you fucking imprison my kids, you know? And Zeus is like, because they fucking sucked, you know. They were mean. They ate us. Like, don't you care about your grandchildren? And she's like, no. And she sends the giants after them, and then they beat the giants. And then Gam Gam gets more pissed, and she's like, stop fucking killing my kids. And Zeus is like, stop sending. Like, why are you so mean, Grandma? And Grandma's like smoking a cigarette. She's like, fuck you, you know, you killed my husband's son or whatever. And then or no, I don't know what he's doing actually. He might just be chilling.
Okay.
But so then after they beat all those fuckers, Hades, Poseidon, and Zeus, you know, they're like the sons, right? And so they just pull straws to see who rules what. And like Zeus pulls the big straw, and he's like, you know, and he busted him out, and so he's like the father of all, and he gets the sky. And then Poseidon pulls like the ocean, he's like, fuck yeah. And then Hades gets fucked and just has to go to the underworld. And so half the people don't even see Hades as like part of the 12 Olympians because he's in the underworld all the time. But it's like he's one of the OGs, dude. He's literally like such a chiller, honestly. And yeah, it's just fucked up. He didn't ask for this, you know. He just got puked up and then had to go back straight to the underworld after being in a stomach. Like, that must suck dick, you know?
Fair, yeah. Absolutely.
So then, after, like, they're all ruling and shit, like, you know, Zeus has, like, that with his first wife, Metis, he like, starts to have his first baby, right? And he, you know, doesn't want, he like has this idea, he's like, oh man, like, you know, I think like my kid is gonna be like me, and I think they might challenge me like I challenged my dad. And so instead of eating the kid when it's a baby, he's like, I'm gonna nip this in the bud, and he just eats his pregnant wife.
Sure, okay.
Yeah. And so like she's in his belly or whatever, and then like later on, you know, I guess he just didn't think it through, because like apparently like that baby was born inside of him, and then he like birthed her from his forehead, and she was like fully grown and wearing a bunch of armor, and that was Athena. And so that's like one of the 12 Olympians. So the 12 Olympians are like the 12 like major gods, right? And that's like Zeus, Poseidon, Hera, Demeter, Hermes, Hephaestus, Aphrodite, Ares, Artemis, Apollo. But like some of them are tiered differently, right? Like so there's like the original 3 that are like Poseidon, or the original 6 that are like Poseidon, Hestia, Hera, Demeter, Hades, and Zeus, and then they all start to have kids, and they kind of have like tiered kids. So after Zeus's first wife, he marries this lady called Themis, and he pops out like this person called Hore and the Fates. And the Fates are like those 3 like terrifying witch ladies, you know, that like share an eyeball and like always are cutting the thread in the Disney movie.
Okay.
You know who I'm talking about?
I think so.
Okay. Like the Hercules one?
Totally.
Yeah. Okay. So those are the Fates. And then his third wife was Eurynome, and then he had the Charites, and I don't know who they are. They don't really matter right now.
Okay.
So then his fourth wife was his older sister Demeter.
Nice Demeter. And
they had Persephone so that Hades could have a wife. So
there's a place in hell where they're going.
So Zeus's fourth wife is his sister, and they give birth to Persephone, and then Persephone marries her uncle.
Ew.
Yeah. And then his fifth wife, her name is Nesomene or something. It's a hard word. It's got an M and an N at the beginning. It's like Mnemo, Nemocene. I don't know. And they had the Muses, which I'm assuming are just like hot things. I don't know.
Like temperature or like. Okay.
Because they're muses.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I don't know what they do. We'll figure that out later. This is all these are footnotes, you know. But then his sixth wife, her name was Leto, and like not Jared, but like spelled that way.
Still.
and with her, he had the twins Apollo and Artemis, and they are like part of the 12 Olympians. So those two are like higher up. And then his seventh and final wife is his sister Hera. So he has three sisters, and he married two of them. And one, and it never says like if he got divorced or like what happened with any of these ones, except for the first one who he ate. And then and his daughter comes out, but she never comes out, and so you don't really know like what happened to her. But Athena is the goddess of wisdom, so you assume that she just kind of like gained, you know, like maybe it was like a twin being absorbed by like type. I don't know how Greek births work, but it seems scary. So his seventh wife is his sister Hera, and she is the goddess of the home or the hearth, and she's like very caring. And the way he got her to marry him is honestly pretty diabolical. When Hera was still a virgin, Zeus was like, and he knew that she really liked animals and had like a big heart, and so he turned himself into like a cuckoo bird, like a little finch type bird, and like pretended to be like hurt and stuff, and she like picked him up, and as soon as he was like in her arms, he like transformed back into himself and like
non-consent.
Non-consent.
Shit.
Yeah. And then she was like so ashamed that she was like, okay, I guess I'll marry you.
Right.
And then they popped out, I want to say like Ares, Aphrodite, Hermes, which are like the rest of the 12 of Olympians. And that is the story of Zeus's maritals.
Well, I'll be. It's kind of like the seven husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Only in the sense that there was like seven involved, actually. Yeah. Now that I think of it, other than that, it wasn't at all the same. No one got eaten in.
That's a bummer.
I'm talking about, yeah. Well, I mean, no.
Wait.
It would have been a bummer if someone got eaten. But wow. Okay, so are there like drawings of like the family tree of this motherfucker? And like, does it? What? This probably makes some crazy.
See, I was
design.
Thinking about like a family tree and stuff, and like
too many circles.
But this one seems kind of. So like you have Uranus and Gaia, who have Kronos and Rhea, who have Demeter, Zeus, Hera, Poseidon, Hades, and Hestia, and then you have Zeus and Hera, who have Ares. Oh, okay. Apparently they had some. Okay, and then Demeter and Zeus, and then Zeus and See, it's very confusing.
This seems like a paraphrased list.
Yeah,
I feel like there were way more people that are supposed to be in there.
Hold on.
That tree should be huge.
Okay, Deborah Christie's blog. Nice. Writing
DC.
Okay, no. Okay, we're going to have to make our own, I think.
Okay.
I think that might be the only way to do it.
Perchance.
But yeah, so that's the story of Zeus's 7 wives. And next week, we can learn more about those 7 wives.
Awesome. Yeah, I want to see, like, I need like a where are they now?
Yeah.
Sort of thing. You know, maybe some of them went on to do real estate.
I think that's definitely a high possibility.
Yeah.
Because there's like the gods are pretty crazy, right? So there's like 12 of there's the top 12. There's Hera, and she's like hot mommy goddess of the hearth, you know?
Hot mommy goddess of the hearth, yeah.
And then there's Poseidon, and he's like Zeus's brother, and he's ocean daddy.
Poseidon.
And then there's Demeter, who is the sister wife
Mr. Meter.
And I don't really know what she does, to be honest. And then there's Athena, and she's like
Meter.
wisdom and books and war and stuff. And she was born from Zeus's forehead, you know, after he ate his first wife while she was pregnant.
Born from Zeus's forehead after he ate her.
And it's like he was afraid. It's like so dumb because he was afraid of like that Athena would, you know, the child of his, he like heard that it would revolt against him. So he instead of like, you know, breaking the cycle, instead of breaking his family's cycle of eating kids, he just eats
fucking in a way.
Yeah. It's like, fuck, dude. Maybe your kids wouldn't try to overthrow you if you didn't fucking eat them, dog.
Or fuck them.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. That's gnarly.
But then there's like Apollo. Okay, so then there's Apollo, and he's also a son of Zeus, but with Leto, and he's like I think he's the sun. He's like the sun god. He pulls the sun with the chariot and stuff over each day. And then there's Artemis, and she's like moon, and she's like goddess of the hunt. And then there's Ares, and he's got a war. And then Aphrodite, obviously, is the hot one. And then there's Hephaestus, or Hephast, and he's god of hepatitis.
What?
And then there's Hermes. And
like, actually?
I don't know. I just kind of assumed because of the name. That's what you got to do with these.
Of course.
It's Greek roots.
Hepatitis. You know? They're just gods of everything, I suppose.
And then there's Hermes, and he's like the guy... god of like sliding into DMs and herpes.
And herpes. Yeah. A lot of these guys have some like STDs
it was a big
and STIs.
Problem back then.
Yeah, a godly problem.
Well, because they didn't have condoms.
Yeah. I believe it. That's why the gods had. Were they giving the herpes, or did they just have like the best of it?
I think it was kind of like a Cupid situation.
They choose who gets it.
Yeah, they like shoot with a little arrow.
They're like, flare up.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah, you got it. And then there's like Hestia and Dionysus, which is crazy because like Hestia is like one of the OGs, and people are like, she might not be one of the 12. It might be Dionysus, who's like the god of like wine and like drama and plays.
Nice. The thespian.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And like there's a bunch of plays in Greek like mythology and stuff, and one of them is called The Frogs.
By Stephen Sondheim?
Yes.
It's with Nathan Lane?
Yes.
I literally wrote down, you need to listen to Frogs by Stephen Sondheim with Nathan Lane. Yeah, it's awesome.
That's so funny because I like didn't know there was a modern version. I was just reading about the historical one.
Yeah, it's funny.
It sounded really funny.
Yeah.
And I was like, someone should make this now.
I mean, it was made in like 2010.
And Sondheim already did, which means... I'm the next Sondheim.
How the fuck does it mean that?
Subliminal messaging.
What? No, don't shrug out of this. I want to know exactly what you meant by that.
I read a summary of an ancient Greek play, and I was like, that seems hilarious. Someone should make that now. And he also did that.
So boom. You are Stephen Sondheim.
Basically.
Yeah. Have you?
In terms of identifying genius?
Have you listened to the soundtrack?
No. I didn't know it was a thing until you just told me.
Okay, so since you guys are on the same wavelength, how do you think it goes?
Oh, well, so I know that it's about like Dionysus basically wants to go. His like favorite playwright like dies or whatever, and he wants to go down and get him, and he takes his slave with him, and they have these frogs that follow them around, and they have to like paddle through the river of fire on their own. And so like I think that it probably starts out like, you know, there's like a god, and he's like drinking wine, and he's probably like, I really think we need some comedy, and then he is like, I wonder what happened to Euphrates, which is the playwright that died. He's like, I think we really need that guy. I should go and make him undie. I don't know, something like that, you know. And then there's like frogs that are following them around the whole time, and they're like jumping around probably and being like singing little ribbit. Yeah. Because it said they use onomatopoeia.
Pow. Yeah, you pretty much nailed it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, you don't even need to listen to it like that. You got all like the dialogue and everything.
Yeah.
You pretty much just performed it beginning to end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a song in it called Hades that's really fun. It's with Nathan Lane and I forgot the other guy. But he's like fucking Pluto, uncle on my father's side. I am Dionysus. And then Pluto's like, oh, really? Get out of town. And then they sing about how hell is like pretty cool because you just kind of do whatever you want.
Oh, this was
When you're not afraid to die, then you're not afraid to live.
It says it's written by Bert Shevelov and Nathan Lane, and it was originally published in 1974.
The original. Is it not Sondheim?
It said that the composer is Sondheim,
Okay, yeah, okay.
but the rights are Nathan Lane and
Yeah.
Bert Shevelov. And I guess maybe...
But the original was in the... When? 70?
This is straight from the Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm.
The Frogs is a musical freely adapted by Stephen Sondheim and Bert Shevelov from The Frogs, an ancient Greek comedy by Aristophanes. In the musical, Dionysus, despairing the quality of living dramatists, travels to Hades to bring George Bernard Shaw back from the dead.
Whoa.
William Shakespeare competes with Shaw for the title of Best Playwright, which he wins. Dionysus brings back Shakespeare to the world of living in hope that art can save civilization. So in the original, there's two like dead Greek playwrights, and Dionysus ends up bringing back like the one that he didn't even go down there for because he was a better hang.
Word.
And the other guy's like, what the fuck? I won the competition. And Dionysus is like, yeah, but you fucking are kind of annoying, dog.
Yeah. I get that. Like, you're better, but fuck, you suck.
The musical was originally performed in Yale University's gymnasium swimming pool in 1974.
Wet and Wild, huh?
The show was produced on Broadway in 2004 with the book revised by Nathan Lane and the score expanded by Sondheim. The version was revived in London in 2017 and 2025. So Shevelov wrote and directed an adaptation of it in 1971 while he was a graduate student at Yale. According to Mary Kay Gamble, central production concept involved Charon and Dionysus rowing across the exhibition pool in the Payne Whitney Gymnasium while the Frogs, played by members of the Yale swimming team, swam around the boat.
Fuck yeah.
That's pretty sick. And then they performed it in the pool, opening on May 21st, 1974 for 8 performances. Shevelov directed with choreography by Carmen de Lavade. Larry Blyden played Dionysus. And they used a Greek chorus. Sondheim's works frequently focus on an ensemble of characters, a practice which has led one critic to compare his use of chorus to Greek drama. In 1974, Sondheim was becoming interested in contrapuntal in musical theory. Counterpoint is the relationship of two or more simultaneous lines that are harmonically dependent on each other yet independent in rhythm and melodic contour. The term originates... Okay. Writing, and most of the songs in 1974 version correspond to choral numbers in the Greek. The ensemble included then Yale students Meryl Streep, Sigourney Weaver, and Christopher Durang.
Damn, son.
That's insane.
Right on. Shit, so...
Sondheim compared the acoustics of the production to putting on a show in a men's urinal.
I believe it. It's probably pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Pretty echoey.
Wet.
Yeah, and wet. Slick. Probably hard to do a tap number. Just all the fucking dancers just walk in the water and they're like, what the fuck? Like, why does this keep happening?
Do you have any questions about Zeus?
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, that guy's fucking a freak, bro. The guy is a certified freak.
What are his incest stats again?
Two wives that were his sisters.
Okay.
And there's got to be some more, to be honest. I think it's not giving us the full story here.
It is not giving full story right now. You're absolutely right. I mean, that's disgusting. I guess God or not. Did gods ever like do sex with people, like muggles or whatever?
Yeah, a lot.
Huh.
Like a lot. Zeus did it a ton, and that's kind of what I was going to talk about later. So that's like, it's like, I mean, there's like enough stories about it to like fill up a podcast of its own. like a lengthy 200 episode series.
Totally.
Just each one covering an extramarital affair of Zeus.
Mm-hmm. But like, okay, so I thought maybe like if they couldn't do sexes on peoples, then like maybe it's just like, fuck, I mean, gotta do what you gotta do. There's only less than 50 of us or whatever, us gods, or maybe, but then if they can do sex with people and they're doing it a lot, apparently, why is it started?
Well, I think it's
What's the
because
deal?
It seems like to me that when they have kids with mortals, those kids aren't like full gods. And it also seems to me like the like people that they sleep with sometimes within their family like is like used to explain like a concept or whatever. Like when you talk about Kronos and Rhea sleeping together, it's like because she's flow and he's time. Together they create the flow of time.
And that means they're fucking.
Yeah. I guess. I don't really know, to be honest. I think the Greeks were just fucking horny bastards, honestly, at the end. Because now I'm like reading it and like, like Zeus also apparently disguised as a like serpent and slept with his mom.
Uh-huh.
And so like,
so
but
like,
it doesn't like give any, like they didn't have, like it doesn't say if they had any kids or anything.
So like mom and dad are in the kitchen and the dishwasher's broken and the dad's like, what the fuck is wrong with this thing? And then the two kids, brother and sister, are just like, I'll fucking show you. Get over here, sis. Yeah. When we fuck, we form a handyman god or whatever. Try the dishwasher now, dad.
Yeah,
wow, son. Now stop.
That's pretty much it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll show you. I'm doing this to prove a point. That's gross, dude.
Yeah.
It's really gross.
Let's see. It honestly feels to me like the Greek mythology stories of like incest is like, because culturally, like incest within ancient Greece was taboo. Like they didn't like do it, but like they write about it a lot. And to me, it feels like that's their step sibling porn.
Mm-hmm. Perchance, methinks.
Like, because it's like, it's okay if they're gods.
For sure.
they're like, incest is like hot when it's gods.
That was their like smut, like their 50 Shades.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and we're like reading it as like this fucking religious shit, and in reality, it's just like Twilight.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, it's just erotic god fanfic.
Yeah. Have you heard? Speaking of erotic smut, have you heard of
Yeah.
like the and Greek mythology? Have you heard of this new book that people are reading? Specifically, like women on TikTok are reading. It's called Morning Glory Milking Farm.
What? I've seen videos called that, but I've never read a book.
So there's this book and it's called Morning Glory Milking Farm. And let me just read the synopsis for you.
Yeah, hit me with a synopsis.
Violet is a typical down on her luck millennial, mid-20s, overeducated and drowning in debt, on the verge of moving into her parents' basement, when a lifeline appears in the form of a very unconventional job in neighboring Cambric Creek. She has no choice but to grab at it with both hands. Morning Glory Farm offers full-time hours, full benefits, and generous pay with no experience needed. There's only one catch. The clientele is grade A certified prime beef with the manly, meaty endowments to match. Hands-on work with minotaurs isn't something Violet ever considered as a career option, but she's determined to turn the opportunity into a reversal of fortune. When a stern, deep-voiced client begins to specifically request her for his sessions at the farm, maintaining her professionalism and keeping him out of her dreams is easier said than done. Violet is resolved to make a dent in her student loans and afford a brand-name orange juice, and a one-sided crush on an out-of-her-league minotaur is not a part of her plan, unless her feelings aren't so one-sided after all.
You know, all that made sense.
Morning Glory is a USA Today best-selling human/monster romance novel. Look at the cover.
All right. No, I get it now. Now that I see it, that's hot. I get it. Yeah, so she goes there and is getting paid handsomely to milk the cows, or the cows
Milk minotaurs.
Yeah.
In a way,
Do they have udders?
no.
Okay, so she's jerking them off.
Yeah, she's jerking them off.
All right.
She's cranking these minotaur shafts until they splooge minotaur nut.
Minotaur tar.
Minotaur tar all over her fucking face. Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. Grade A prime beef
Grade A.
with endowments to match.
That means big penises, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're big, strong minotaurs with big, strong penises.
Yeah, let's I wonder if we can read a sample from it.
Yeah, please, an excerpt from, what's it called? Milking Cow Cattle Ranch?
It's called Morning Glory Milking Farm,
Right.
a monster bait romance.
Monster baiting.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, all right.
Now that she'd watched the video repeatedly, small details she might have overlooked otherwise jumped out at her. The Minotaur's girthy members vaguely resembled their human counterparts, but there was no comparing the size. Commensurate with the heft of the hulking bullmen, their cocks were long and impossibly thick, riddled in veins with prominent dome-like heads. Some bore the same coloration of their owners' varied hides, while others were bubblegum pink or deep red, flushed with the blood that engorged them. She wondered, watching as the technician moved her oiled hands in a continuous twist down the rigid shaft, if the men in the video had been specifically chosen as displays of the finest Minotaur meat available, and considered that reality might not match up with the glossy media, the same as it rarely did with human men. It's up to you to decide the use of mechanical stimulation is necessary, the chipper woman had said seriously into the camera. The implication was clear. If the men were taking too long, apply the cylinders of the milking machine to speed things up. Despite the fact she knew exactly what was coming, Violet began to breathe hard when the technician released her hands, letting the oiled cock bob as she took up one of the silver nozzles. The hum of the machine's air compressor was a steady white noise in the video, the mechanical arms within already pistoning, creating a rhythmic suction the Minotaur was about to experience. Sure enough, the big bull grunted and jerked as the cylinder was eased down on his straining cock, lowing deeply as the machine did its work.
I want to put that in the pew of a church.
That's in the first chapter.
First chapter.
On like the yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was, I want to say, let's see.
Fucking Hovine.
Let's see. That was.
Is that just how it starts? Just cold open. Veiny matador. Penis.
Yeah.
Cool.
So this apparently is like this genre of like monster.
This is what the kids are listening to.
This is what they're reading
on TikTok.
This is what they're reading, dude. This is what ladies are reading these days. This is what women want: is minotaurs and big cow cocks.
How about
big bull man cocks? That's what the ladies are. That's what the ladies crave.
How about boyatars with a goat dick? Will you settle for that? They're horny.
So
whoops.
This has a 4.1 star rating on Amazon. Here is a top review. Verified purchase. From April 3rd. Andrea G says, read if you like monster. Okay, brown heart monster. Next line, orange heart age gap. Next line, brown heart size difference dash how will it fit? Skip a line, orange heart loads of quote milk.
I see.
Cinnamon roll minotaur, slow burn. He spoils her.
So this is like some size shit. Like, this girl's getting stretched.
Yeah. Apparently.
That's cool. Not quite my cup of tea, if I'm being frank, but it might be my cup of fucking Keystone Light thrown in a microwave. How will it fit? Fun genre.
Here's a 3-star review. I read this book because Book Talk told me to do so. This was such an odd read, and I feel like I shouldn't say I did enjoy it. It's not great. there's not a lot of plot, and I feel like the story was too easy. There should have been some resistance to their relationship or other relationships in the story to make it a bit more interesting. It just went straight to the point and was pretty forward. Nevertheless, enjoyed the book.
Did you?
I mean, she probably enjoyed it in a way.
Probably had its moments.
It's just funny to me because like this just feels like you're like it feels very porn.
It is.
Yeah.
It's so porn.
Yeah, and people are just like it's like if like I was to like go onto Amazon and be like this DVD of Backyard Girls 6 is written so well and has the best dialogue and most steamy romance scenes.
You should do that. Where does it say you can't do that?
I don't know. I guess I can.
Yeah. Get on Book Talk.
That's what boys need to do, dude. We need to start writing our own porn books.
Maybe.
Maybe not.
I feel like they would be very, what that one review, it's very straightforward.
It's just like 3 pages. She sucked me off and I came hard.
She admired my 12-pack. She said my breath smells awesome and I should never brush my teeth. Then she sat on my face. It was awesome.
Yeah, so this is fun.
I felt my untrimmed, scruffy fucking stubble scraping against her labia.
I'm not kink shaming, by the way. Like, I think if you're into monsters, that's great and that's fine. I just think it's funny how open people are with their like they're just making videos like this book is so good you should read it, you know. And
we've done that with porn on this before.
Yeah, that's true. But that's like in a joking manner, kind of.
Oh. Yeah, I was just a kid.
Anyways, reminded me of Zeus.
I mean, I get that. Right. Greek Mythology by Samson.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that's funny.
Yeah.
Titans equal incest babies. Giants equal incest baby, but for real. What's a hero's journey you've gone through in real life?
Every damn day.
Listen to Frog. Oh, we already did that. If you could recast a horror movie with all of these gods, what movie would you do and what characters would you put the gods in as? Pussy.
Probably have to say Twilight.
Yeah.
But from the dad's perspective.
Bella's dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like you film the whole movie from his perspective.
Uh-huh.
And he's like just a regular human dad. And then like his daughter is a regular human daughter. And then like the wolf.
She meets all the gods.
Yeah, she meets all the gods. And like he's like, you know, trying to save her from like and the gods are like just absurdly like, you know, they have the baseball scene and like all that stuff, you know, but like they're like more cruel with it. Like instead of like using like a baseball, they're using like people's heads and stuff, you know. And like,
well, they just fuck their sibling to
Yeah.
prove that they got a home run.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah, that is terrifying. Because they can also be out during sunlight.
Yeah.
So they made it.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of a just normal dad guy who has a couple kids that are gods. Like maybe the god gene is recessive and he just didn't get it, or like he, dated a god and she left and he got the kids or something, or maybe just I don't.
I think that's a fun I think that would be a really funny kind of campy horror movie, too, where you could take that a lot of different directions, with a single dad with a pair of god twins or whatever that are just fucking wreaking havoc all the time, and he's just trying to get them through everyday life without them murdering half the town on accident, because they have ridiculous powers and they're toddlers.
Mm-hmm. That would be fun. Ice Cube could be in it.
Yeah. He'll be there on a computer just fucking FaceTiming in for the whole thing. Whoa.
I think before you do your next segment, you should try really hard to look up how a Greek birth works. I feel like it's different, but similar enough, but different. Maybe
how
they
a Greek birth works, just the process of how normal babies were born back in ancient Greece, or the god
how the
babies?
God gets pregnant.
Yeah.
God pushes God baby out of God vagina ?
Not
Maybe
sure,
not.
because came out of God's forehead once.
Yeah, because that happened once.
But he ate the pregnant lady.
Yeah.
So maybe that only happens when guys eat. If you're a man and you eat your pregnant wife, then your baby will come out full grown of your forehead.
Are there other reports of that happening, though?
I haven't seen too many, but that doesn't mean they're not out there.
Okay. So maybe that's just one of the ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I think it
if you're related, you got to do it that way.
I think there's also a good question as to what's inside of the gods' tummies that makes it a place where kids can grow up.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's a kangaroo kind of style.
Yeah, honestly.
Dude, I learned today kangaroos have 3 vaginas.
Wow.
Bam, bam, bam.
All in a row. Impressive.
Mm-hmm.
One for all for doing the same?
I apparently they all function the same, and it's just kind of dealer's choice. Are you looking up kangaroo vaginas?
I was going to, but I'm just kind of thinking about it before I do it. Because I was I wanted to kind of picture it and then see if I was right.
Looks like a overstretched button-up shirt.
I want to see real images, please.
It's just AI.
This one has baby feet coming out of it. Interesting. Okay, side vaginas and middle vagina, and then 2 uteruses. Interesting. Wait, there's a connector though. Okay. There's 2 uteruses. The middle vagina is where the baby comes down. The side vaginas are where the sperm goes up, but there is a point where it connects. So I don't think there's 3 holes on the outside.
Not yet.
Did you know that when kangaroos have babies, they're jelly bean sized and they have to crawl out into the pouch and find the nipple, and it's traveling a million bajillion miles?
I had to do that.
Nice.
It's not that impressive.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Crawled out, jelly bean size, walked on over to 7-Eleven, got myself some nachos. Easy. Then I went back.
That's so
Then
sick.
developed.
That is
Fully.
so sick, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, it was. I did not look like a person.
How
It
much
was
time
sickening.
did you spend out, you think? Because you went back in and developed?
Yeah, full time outside 15, 20 minutes. I was really fast.
Impressive.
I was really slippery.
Impressive.
Didn't even like.
And what, you just got like a Sprite or
nachos?
nachos? That's
Didn't even reach the end of the umbilical cord. had slack.
Where'd
Could've
you
gone-
like? Where'd you like? What
I was
your?
born in a 7-Eleven.
Okay, I was like,
Probably makes some
you crossed a road.
No, I was pretty much in there.
Yeah. Okay.
Still got
At the
nachos.
nacho machine.
I was like a little away from. I was at the nacho machine. I was born in the nacho machine.
Yeah, that's what
I was born the size of a jelly bean and put in the nacho machine.
That's what I thought. And
put in
that's
the
where you were
cheese.
incubated.
Yeah, and then when I was ready and ripe, they put the chips under, and then I fall onto the chips, and then my mom eats me, and then I grow out of her forehead.
Yes. Classic Greek birth.
Out of 7-Eleven nachos.
Yes.
Yeah.
God of 7-Eleven nachos. All right. Well, that's like an hour.
Sick. Okay. Well, guess that's that.
What do you want to talk about next time?
Buckle your fucking dick, dude. It's gonna eat your taint in half.
Holy
It's gonna fuck your scapula, dog. It's gonna reach its hand up your dog in front of you, and then throw it at the wall like a that one sport with the little hook throwers that they throw in a racquetball room in like Europe or something. I don't know what it's called. The point is,
Have you ever played handball?
yeah.
That shit's hardcore. Yeah, dude. Yeah. My stepdad plays handball. All right. Sorry. So you're gonna shove one of those up my ass? Is that what you were saying?
No, it's
Oh.
gonna be it's gonna be the equivalent to that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
it's gonna be buck wild, dude.
cool, dude. I
It's
can't
gonna be
wait.
crazy.
I can't fucking wait. That's
Yeah.
sick.
It's gonna twist your nipples clean off and stick them in your eyes.
Is that a pocket on your hat?
What is a hat?
Oh. There's like a piece of denim there.
Yeah.
I thought it was maybe a pocket that you sewed on.
It could happen.
You should take a back pocket from a pair of jeans and like put it right here on a hat.
I have that on a baseball
I
cap.
know. You should do a beanie series.
I could.
We should sell those on the store.
Yeah, we could. Yeah.
Take some product photos and put it up.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. Maybe I have some prototype. Maybe I'll sell them at the show at the Mad Swede on December 12th at 7, maybe 7:15.
December 12th, Matt Swede. November 15th, November 15th.
December.
November 15th off the cuff. December 12th co-headline.
Oh yeah, December 12th.
December 19th. Another off the cuff.
Go on the internet. It's there.
It's on it will be there.
Yeah, like the Michael Jackson song. Will you be? Okay.
Should we have a battle to the death for like who hosts for us? Of all the comics that we host and like live stream?
Could have like a little vote or something.
I was thinking like a cage match.
Like a physical altercation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like a battle. Like they each get one chosen weapon and they go 1-on-1 tournament style. And last one standing gets to be the host.
I'm down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sweet.
All right. Well, if you want to enter, let us know.
Yep.
Or if you don't want to enter, let us know because we will automatically enter you and kidnap you and like throw you in Coliseum style.
Rude. Yeah, we will.
Anyways, have a pretty good week.